the scent of dark berries lingers on the lawn. I recall the damp old cotton of the tents we used to build, and the way the morning sunshine always left me filled. Now I'm standing by the rock pile where the marigolds grow wild, thinking of the simple magic I held when I was just a child. The little woods are glowing in a soft and gentle hue, but the wide open sky is pulling me towards something new. And I'm halfway to somewhere else, leaning on the wind, leaving the sweet smelling valley where the hills begin. The bigness of the distance is a heavy holy load. I'm halfway to somewhere else, walking down the road. Yeah, I'm halfway to somewhere else. The air is thick and ringing, a heavy, lonesome song, where the high-reaching peaks say I've stayed here too long. I sit down by the water where the crushed grape skins lie underneath the white blue sky that doesn't ask me why. It's a strange and heavy feeling in the center of my soul, an old and familiar ache I can no longer control. I see the hickory smoke drifting from the neighbor's shack, but my heart is on the move now, and it isn't looking back. And I'm halfway to somewhere else, leaning on the wind, leaving the sweet smelling valley where the hills begin. The bigness of the distance is a heavy holy load. I'm halfway to somewhere else, walking down the road. Yeah, I'm halfway to somewhere else. In the lonely woods I buried all the things I used to fear. Now the silence of the high hills is the only thing I hear. No more boundaries or borders in this wide and open space, just the touch of dogwood leaves and the wind upon my face. Halfway to somewhere else, past the fence and the rain. Halfway to somewhere else, crossing over the plain. Just halfway, somewhere else, somewhere else. Yeah. The quiet, lonesome feeling of the first gray light, when the old woman wakes to set the room to right. She's measuring the salt pinch by the bead in her wrist. A quiet way of living that the world might have missed. Across the faded patterns where the warmth starts to rise, I see the weight of the years in her clear blue eyes. She's working the dough on a heavy wooden board, finding the rhythm that the old time restored. And it's 3 generations deep in the spirit and circle, feeling fierce and proud. My mother walks in with a sharp, steady stride, with a glow of pride she no longer tries to hide. She brings the heavy cooking pot and the bright, shiny spoons, humming those wild and old-time tunes. There's a shared way of knowing in the way we move our hands, like the shifting of the sand on the low valley lands. No need for a map when the past is the guide, in the soft evening light where the secrets reside. And it's 3 generations deep in the spirit and the blood, stronger than the rising of the heavy river flood. From the family earth to this warm room's glow, it's a gospel song story that the valley folks know. Yeah, we're 3 generations deep, singing fast and loud, standing in the circle, feeling fierce and proud. Through the deep-rooted strength of the family line, the wisdom of the mother and the daughter combine. It's the pull of the dirt and the push of the song, knowing exactly where the 3 of us belong. A little bit of grit and a whole lot of grace, reflected in the light of each familiar face. Oh, 3 generations deep in the salt and the east, a little home-cooked meal for a country feast, with the fiddle singing high and the bass thumping low, where the current of the river with nowhere else to go. 3 generations deep, just 3 generations deep. The cinnamon drifts like a morning time breath across the dark wood where the daylight is left. A mere bright handle reflects the new sun, while the quietest morning has only begun. We move past the cotton, we sway past the crock, ignoring the rhythm of the sun on the lock. There's a golden bright glow on the butcher block wood, where the weight of our worries finally understood. And we're dancing on the dial of the radio's light, turning the shadows to a sky shining bright. It's a wonder that rises, a pulse in the glass, watching the heavy world bitterness pass. In the space of a heartbeat, in an easy smile, on the dial. A rushing wild spirit is flooding the hall as the fiddle song climbs up the old kitchen wall. You reach for my hand with a simple sweet grace, and a heaven-sent joy finds a home in this place. No need for the highway, no need for the flight, just the hum of the vacuum and the dawning of light. Our feet find the tempo on the edge of the day, where the cold, heavy shadows all wash far away. And we're dancing on the dial of the radio's light, turning the shadows to a sky shining bright. It's a wonder that rises, a pulse in the glass, watching the heavy world bitterness pass. In the space of a heartbeat, in an easy smile, we're losing our gravity, dancing on the dial. It's the rattle and noise of the world left outside, while we promise of a distant land shore. Just the shine in the cloves in the morning time hush, and the way that the sunlight provides the first brush, still spinning in circles in an easy smile. We're ever enduring, dancing on the dial, dancing on the dial, on the dial. The tires crunch the gravel on this nameless track, while the heavy oaks lean in from the back. I've got a blue pack of smokes on the seat next to me, a bitter morning habit I just can't let be. Keeping a ghost where you used to sit and breathe. I pass the old fruit trees where the apples turn to gray, and the lonesome wind tries to sweep me away. I am still buying your bread, paying for a ghost taste, letting the habit fill up the empty space. But as the road starts to rise and the car hums low, I am feeling the weight of the miles as they go. I am still buying your brand, but I am finally leaving the land. The brown winter leaves won't fall from the bough, clinging to the cold like I'm stuck on you now. A slow breaking fever, a long-lasting ache, watching the lonely ripples that I make. The old car radio plays in the shake of the door, while the shadows call out a name I don't need anymore. I am still buying your bread, paying for a ghost taste, letting the habit fill up the empty space. But as the road starts to rise and the car hums low, I am feeling the weight of the miles as they go. I am still buying your brand, but I am finally leaving the land. It is a heavy kind of silence that is finally mine, crossing a lonesome invisible line. I do not need the scent of your soap or your smoke to keep me from losing my way or my hope. Ending this story is a mercy at last. In the glass I can see the end of the past. My bags are all light in the glass reflection, finding some peace in this lonely direction. Just the sound of the tires and the wind's soft chime, leaving your brand in a pocket of time. Still by The black walnut has swallowed the noonlight hope, casting a long dark shadow across the morning cold. I am a simple soul returning to the weight of the frame, where the way the shadows fall knows my name. When I left, this branch was just a switch against the sky. Now it's a living witness to the years that galloped by. The house stands in a state of lonesome decay, watching the rising river wash the old world away. In the house that held my breath for so long, where the silence grew a spine and the walls grew a song, I'm the homesick daughter of the salt and the silt, finding the steady balance in the life that we built. Every leaf is a lung, every root is a wire, in the house that held my breath, waiting for the fire. I trace the wooden fence where the quince starts to lean, a bright and heavy harvest in a coat of faded green. There's a kind of mercy in the way the dirt gives in, forgiving all the reckless ways of where I've been. The prayer of the sky is written in the crown of the bough, a soft light from the evening settling on my brow. I don't look for the ghosts in the hallway or the hall, I just listen to the quiet rhythm of the autumn crawl. In the house that held my breath for so long, where the silence grew a spine and the walls grew a song, I'm the homesick daughter of the salt and the silt, finding the steady balance in the life that we built. Every leaf is a lump, every root is a wire, in the house that held my breath, waiting for the fire. Strip the heavy coating from the spirit and the soul. I am finally kin to the things I have grown. No more holding the air like a secret or a sin. Let the shifting morning light finally in. It's a slow burn gospel, a delta mud plea for the tree to grow tall enough to finally hide me. The house exhales and I find my feet where the wild blossoms and the tall trees meet. Breathe out, let the walnut shade fall. I'm not a prisoner of the stillness after all, just a part of the garden, just a part of the deep, in the house that held my breath while the earth was asleep. a heavy cloth weighted and pressing against the hollow of my throat. I watch the willow branches bend and bow as the clouds hang low above the muddy bank. There's a sharp electric sting that vibrates through the fence wire, warning that the sky is about to break. My hands are open, catching the morning light that feels more like a fever than a new day. I'm leaving the names on the deeds and the letters in the drawer. I'm untangling the crooked, winding lines of a life I live for someone else's name. When the first drop hits the thirsty ground, I'll be a spirit in the storm, a memory of a girl who finally learned to run. I'm letting go of every debt you think I owe, because the only name I'm keeping is the one I knew before I ever learned to talk. A dark comfort falls across the bottomland, a heavy weight that feels like a long lost mercy. My heart is beating fast and steady now, sharp and certain as a wing against the sky. I'm shaking off the lonely years of work where my own words were like money I wasn't allowed to spend. The world is a dull shade of gray, waiting for the lightning to set the color right. It's a slow count of the seconds until the rain washes the sorrow from my skin. There's a strange peace in the center of the gale, a quietness that tastes like the cooling rain. I'm not hiding from the flesh, I'm leaning into the stride to heal the hurt from years of standing still. The truth is finally clear, I am not a shadow in your house, I am the storm itself. I'm leaving the names on the deeds and the letters in the drawer. I'm untangling the crooked, winding lines of a life I live for someone else's name. When the first drop hits the thirsty ground, I'll be a spirit in the storm, a memory of a girl who finally learned to run. I'm letting go of every debt you think I owe, because the only name I'm keeping is the one I knew before I ever learned to talk. The wind is screaming, the name is mine. No more borrowed breath, just the water, just tall grass and lightning, just the only name I'm keeping. The early morning spreads its light across the sycamore bark, where the winding little stream moves in a rhythm deep and dark. I've known the quiet silence where the secret wild roots grow, away from all the racket that the restless cities know. But in this heavy summer heat, where the shadows learn to bend, The stillness is a holy thing on which my quiet breaths depend. Then you break the sacred hush with a single spoken word, the sweetest piece of music that these valleys ever heard. It's the way you say my name, like a living spark of light, cutting through the deepness of the coming summer night. There's a simple kind of wonder in the trembling of the air, a glowing sort of beauty that finds me anywhere. The world is full of shouting, but my heart is finally tame, just listening to the mercy in the way you say my name. The bright lights of the valley towns are a fevered, frantic glow, a loud and hollow laughter that never lets the weary go. They trade their peace for racket, for a lonely, empty song. But here the evening calm tells me where I truly belong. Underneath the hanging nests and the shining bits of sand, I find a quiet peace of mind. I finally understand the world is just a grinding hum, a distant dying wire, but your voice is like a gentle coal, a soft and steady fire. A spirit takes hold of me, a joy I can't explain, falling soft as evening breeze or the scent of sudden rain. It's a hidden stream of kindness, a language all its own, the deepest kind of mystery that I have ever known. It's the way you say my name, like a living spark of light, cutting through the deepness of the coming summer night. There's a simple kind of wonder in the trembling of the air, a glowing sort of beauty that finds me anywhere. The world is full of shouting, but my heart is finally tame, just listening to the mercy in the way you say my name. In the stillness of the sycamore, where the spider webs are spun, your voice is all I need to hear when the daylight's nearly done. No more noise, no more roar, just the grace without the blame, in the low and easy sound of the way you say my name. The wheels make a steady little sound along the open road, moving through the heavy trees to lighten up my load. I'm just a keeper of the distance and the miles I've come to know, learning how to live a life that's finally starting to grow. without a soul beside me, telling who I ought to be. I've got the pulse of the night and the smell of rain in the air. I got a brand new spirit and a grace that's finally there. The silence is a garden now, where the seeds of my own voice grow. I've got everything I ever needed, everything but the radio. It was a slow and heavy breaking from the man I used to be. I used to spend my daylight hours hunting every flaw in me. But now the dark is lit up by a light that's sharp and strange. I feel born again in the silence, made holy by the change. No more looking back in anger, no more fighting the lonely time. The falling away of all those years has left this power mine. I've got the pulse of the night and the smell of rain in the air. I got a brand new spirit and a grace that's finally there. The silence is a garden now, where the seeds of my own voice grow. I've got everything I ever needed, everything but the radio. I'm building back my world today to see what's really true. My heart has found its steady beat, my restless days all through. The way the morning meets the hills is a promise I can keep. I've woken from the heavy buzz of a long and lonely sleep. Just the open road and a brand new spirit. I finally found my own true song, and I'm the only one to hear it. I've got everything I ever needed, everything but the radio. Everything but the radio. Everything but the radio. The day is just a shifting blur of lonely gray, tracing the shiver of a name that slipped away. I am tracking the evening light through the tangled weeds, sifting through the fragments of a story no one reads. No folded letter here to guide me, just a ghost in the air, searching for the spark of something hidden somewhere. I am down to a quarter tank of patience in this soul. of a hollow weight. I am turning my face toward a sun that is already gone. In the quiet kind of twilight that lingers on and on, there is a long-lost feeling pulling at the hem of my coat, like a song stuck forever in a tightening throat. I am down to a quarter tank of patience in this soul, trying to make a shattered fragment feel like a whole. With a fiddle for a compass and a mandolin beat, I am walking where the sky and the rolling darkness meet. It is a long way to find what I never should have let go. When the gauge is dipping fast and the light is getting low, is it a fading sky, or is it just a lack of breath? This golden kind of sinking feels like a little kind of death. But I'm a true believer, looking for the spark in the stone. Even if I am searching these empty spaces all alone. Quarter tank, and the darkness is growing long. Just the ghost of a rhythm in an old forgotten song. Still searching, still turning into the evening light. Radio stuck on a sound of buzzing and sirens, a city cloud that never really clears. I was a traveler chasing a shadow through the city, trading my focus for a fever of years. Now the world is a blur of moving lights behind me, a noisy place where the voices never rest. But I feel a sudden pull inside my spirit, a weight that settles deep inside my chest. Oh, the last miles are the fastest when the mountain peaks bend low, leaving the hurried world for the only life I know. Out of the wide evening where the silence starts to bloom, finding breathing room in a long forgotten room. When the heart finds its rhythm and the noise fades away, the last miles are the fastest at the ending of the day. In the quiet valley, the air has a weight you can lean on, far from the hurry and the rush of the light. There is a fading glow where the hills are slowly dreaming, looking for the simple rest of home, where the morning sun shines upon the peaks, and a woman finds the strength to stand alone. Oh, the last miles are the fastest when the mountain peaks bend low, leaving the hurried world for the only life I know. Out of the wide evening, where the silence starts to bloom, finding breathing room in a long forgotten room. When the heart finds its rhythm and the noise fades away, the last miles are the fastest at the ending of the day. It's a wide open feeling that the sidewalk cannot offer, a quiet kind of prayer rising from the ground. In this lonely beauty, the soul begins to soften as the volume of the world is finally turned down. Returning to the roots, where the shadows are the deepest, the last miles are the fastest, and the climb is never steepest. Just the soft light of home, just the silence, home. I've been tracing out the markings round the back porch window frame, where the bitter cold of winter keeps whispering your name. I found a box of buttons and a ball of heavy twine, a gray where the sun refused to shine. There's a dark spot on the wall paint where your shoulder used to lean, a film of heavy longing on the glass I haven't cleaned. And I've got the lavender and the silence and the letters in the drawer, the heavy kind of lonesome pacing back and forth across the floor. I have the bitter kind of evening and the way the darkness flees. I've got every piece of us, darling, everything but the key. The low sun is a-running through the oak trees on the hill, while I'm sifting through the pieces of a world that's standing still. I found a torn up little note and a thimble made of lead, the long and heavy echo of the words we never said. It's a slow and steady fading of the life we used to prize. Now there's a deep and aching sorrow behind my tired eyes, and I've got the lavender and the silence and the letters in the drawer, the heavy everything but the key. Is it buried in the backyard, or the drifting out of time? Did it slip through fingers calloused from the stony hills I climb, searching for the opening, the turn, the clicking sound? But searching only leads me to the silence I have found. Just the weight and the remains of a love that's lost its way, with a gray and lonely feeling at the closing of the day. I've got the house, I've got the heart, I've got the memory, everything, everything but the key.
The sky turns a heavy and an aching kind of green. A lonely shadow falls where the clump of roses had been. The afternoon heat is a weight on the neck, like a phantom beat on a sinking deck. The birds have gone silent in the deep, quiet gloom, while the air grows thick in the valley's wide room. There's a low and a steady hum in the wire before the heavens break open with a cold, wet fire. And I'm looking for the short way around a long goodbye, before the storm curtain drops from the West Virginia sky. I won't wait for the flood or the slow, steady ache. I'll take the flash of the bolt and the hard, heavy break. It's a lonesome reminder of the love we outran, finding the short way around any way that I can. The sleepy running stream is a dark, glassy line, reflecting the fading of your pulse and mine. The old brown rust is a sharp, jagged tooth, telling a tired out version of a bitter truth. We're standing in the stillness, the start of the gale, where the coming of the rain makes the tall grass turn pale. It's the electricity dancing on the tips of my hair, a deep, lonesome promise in the drowning air. And I'm looking for the short way around a long goodbye, before the storm curtain drops from the West Virginia sky. I won't wait for the flood or the slow, steady ache. I'll take the flash of the bolt and the hard, heavy break. It's a lonesome reminder of the love we outran, finding the short way around any way that I can. In this deep wooded patch where the memories are stored, I'm cutting the rope in the old pulling cord. The pressure is dropping, the afternoon heat fails like a lost ship shivering in its tattered sails. No more long drawn out winters or the slow dying light. snap of the storm and the coming of night. The first raindrop hits like a pebble on the roof, a final cold and a clear-eyed proof, just a short way around the long goodbye. The sky goes black and I don't look back. The record of my heavy soul was nothing but a liar, a tally of the debts I held and threw upon the fire. That red hot stinging in my blood, the heat of ancient slights, flickered like a candle end through 1,000 hollow nights. But there's a quiet kind of peace in the way the shadows bend, when you decide the bitter road has finally reached an end. Every mile since we met has been a measurement of grace, a slow and steady turning to a much more hallowed place. I'm not counting up the errors or the things I can't forget. I'm just blessing every mile since we met. I sat beside the old guitar, the one from Tennessee, and let the moving shadows dance and finally set me free. My heart was like the summer grass that's bitten by the cold, but now the steady morning light is worth its weight in gold. I wash my hands in falling rain, I let the hardness go, watching how the world above begins to softly glow. I'm not a prisoner of the way I felt before. Every mile, a softer path. Every mile, a way back home. The brand new inner quiet of a spirit newly met, blessing every mile since we met.
I broke the top of this dry and worn out land with a split handle spade and a calloused hand. The earth was sour with a bitter kind of sting, waiting for the promise that the rain might bring. I turned the dirt where the patient drift had kept the count of every burden we shift. Oh, the shortest road to sorry is a climb through the weeds, where the pride is surrendered and the heart finally heeds. It's a hard-earned harvest in a wide open space, learning how to let the sunlight touch my face. It ain't a sprint or a stumble, it's a slow-growing tree. The shortest road to sorry is the longest way to be free. Now the branches are heavy with a soft, clear light, sweetened by the weight of a long, lonely night. I poured the powder to make the old ground sweet, watching where the yard and the fence line meet. This is forgiven land, fed the heartwood deep and wide, while I buried the old blade and the ghost of my pride. There's a living spirit in the stem and the leaf, changing the salt of a decade of grief. It's a sweet kind of mercy, a forgiving way, giving voice to the truths that I couldn't yet say. Oh, the shortest road to sorry is a climb through the weeds, where the pride is surrendered and the heart finally heeds. It's a hard-earned harvest in a wide open space, learning how to let the sunlight touch my face. It ain't a sprint or a stumble, it's a slow-growing tree. The shortest road to sorry is the longest way to be free. In the peaceful light of this mended ground, I'm finally resting where the quiet is found. Just a seedling of peace, a gift from the blue, watching the shortest road to sorry lead me home to you. Morning sky is waking up in a wash of gold and red, while we're sitting on the porch swing with the stars just ahead. The day is slowly winding down, the sky is losing all its light, and I am watching the deep valley hide away from our sight. You shift your weight and the old bench makes a creaking sound, a simple song to match the weights, the way my heart is finally found. When that sweet feeling settles low, where the hills begin to break and the
settles low, where the hills begin to break, and the heavy world is like a fever that's finally gonna shake. I'm leaning on the quiet of your breath against the air. Everything else is just a dream, a shadow of a care. The high peaks lose their sharpness, the road begins to fade. Everything else is just a blur, but the light dark blue, let the whole valley go dark. We are the only steady light, the only living spark, fading out and waking up, melting into blue. Everything else is a blur, everything else but you. In this hollowed out room, where the book iPods are heavy in the gloom, found a scrap of paper in the dresser crack, a restless kind of yearning for a way to get you back. The muddy, heavy scent of a rising flood is a lonely feeling pumping through my blood, while I'm nursing this stubborn breaking will, watching the crows circle over the hill. Drive like you still love me, past the county signpost. Be the one thing in this valley that I miss the most. Let the miles and the distance be a sign, tearing through the night on a jagged line, fast and desperate through the midnight blue, like the world is still caught in the thought of you. Kept a stamp in a book beside the heavy, empty weight of the look you took. I watched the wind sign away the yard, while the deep down lonesomeness hits me twice as hard. It's a bitter taste that settles on the tongue, like the unplowed ground where the weeds have sprung. Drive like you still love me, past the county signpost. Be the one thing in this valley that I miss the most. Let the miles and the distance be a sign, tearing through the night on a jagged line, fast and desperate through the midnight blue, like the world is still caught in the thought of you. The resonator's thumping, a frantic beat, harmonica wailing for the bitter and the sweet. It's a plain old fact, the truth I can't outrun. The shadow of the moon eclipsing the sun, and the flicker of your ghost in the mirror's glare is enough to tell me you were never really there. Drive like you still love me, sharp and cold. The letter never sent, the story never told. Just drive through the lonesome dark. Just drive. a heavy, lonesome roar, a tired, empty sound that I can't ignore. It's the bitter, jagged grate of a world turned loud, while I'm lost in the thickness of a rolling cloud. But the morning's first light begins to creep where the cold running stream runs dark and deep. I'm leaving the feedback and the highway tension for a holy kind of silence I forgot to mention. And I'll two-step my way out of the bright city glare, two-step my way out of the thin city air. Let the whistling song of the wind take the lead in this fast-paced rhythm is the medicine I need. Away from the wreckage and the dark and the cold, I'm dancing toward the hills of green and gold. Yeah, I'll two-step my way out. The morning counting is a list of my flaws, written in the buzz of the local laws. But here the golden glow coats the tall elm trees, far from the city and its hollow pleas. It's a rushing water, a story gone wild for the aching, weary heart of a country child. Your memory is a fading echo, a lingering dream, but I'm moving too fast to stay by the stream. And I'll two-step my way out of the bright city glare, two-step my way out of the thin city air. Let the whistling song of the wind take the lead in this fast-paced rhythm is the medicine I need. Away from the wreckage and the dark and the cold, I'm dancing toward the hills of green and gold. Yeah, I'll two-step my way out. In this blessing of the root and the vine, I find the wine and water where I draw the line. No more the noise of the hunger and the heat, just the steady rhythmic beat of my traveling feet. It's a shining power, a lonesome cry under the wide, unblinking open sky. And I'll two-step my way out of the bright city glare, two-step my way out of the thin city air. Let the whistling song of the wind take the lead in this fast-paced rhythm is the medicine I need. Away from the wreckage and the dark and the cold, I'm dancing toward the hills of green and gold. Yeah, I'll two-step my way out. Let the music swell up, let the guitar go low. I'm carrying my spirit where the wild things grow, away from the noise where the quiet is deep. I'm gonna two-step my way out while the city's asleep. Just two-step my way out into the peace. The first bit of light is a thief in the room, stirring the air in this quiet hell gloom. I wake to a silence that's heavy and wide, seeking the hollow once filled by your stride. There's a long weary shadow stretched on the wall, a story that's told where the sun patches fall, between the bare strips and the old peeling paint. The memory of you is a soft falling rain. where the memories bide, watching the morning on your side. The deeper the night fades, as day starts to root in the spot by the wall where you kept every boot. A clear running feeling shows up in the dark, showing the places you left your small mark. The sounds of the evening are starting to thin as the long quiet hours are about to begin. I trace where you were, now so cold and so lean, finding a beauty in what isn't seen. Oh, your side of the closet is a bright kind of ache, a song for the lonely I can't help but take. Just a few empty hangers with nothing to hold, caught in the gray before colors unfold. It's a wide open space where the memories bide, watching the morning on your side. Forgetting is hard, like a slow-moving drift, waiting for time or the seasons to shift. You're everywhere now, even though you were gone, in the way that the air feels so cold in the dawn. The weight of the sadness sits on the bed, repeating the things that we never quite said. Your side of the closet, a deep mist of quiet in the first bit of light. Just your side. The shovel bites deep through the stalks in the ground, waking up the secrets that the morning sun has found. I press those orange petals in the earth's broken line, the quiet kind of rising, a dream that's really mine. The garden doesn't wait for the seasons to give leave, it pulls a green lightning right up through my sleeve. And where I grow in the shadow, I grow in the storm, building up a shelter from the seeds we've sown. It's a steady wildness that the garden won't quit, racing somewhere past the speed limit. The crabapple limbs wear a coat of deepest red, rising like a promise from the dirt where they were fed. Through the early light, the daylilies break the seal with a deep, thirsty hunger that's more than I can feel. The sap is finally hardened where the old branch met the new, a witness to everything a broken thing can do. And where I grow in the shadow, I grow in the stone, building up a shelter from the seeds we've sown. It's a steady wildness that the garden won't quit, racing somewhere past the speed limit. rooms, and we're outgrowing the shadow, outgrowing the stone, building up a shelter from the seeds we've sown. It's a steady wildness that the garden won't quit, racing somewhere past the speed limit. Somewhere past the speed limit, where the wildness takes its hold. The seed packet promises are turning into gold. Past the speed limit, past the limit, just the green and the gold. I sift the dusty corners of the attic's quiet breath, hunting for a family name beneath the weight of death. A mother's secret hidden in the creases of a page, tracing out the family lines through a long and faded age. I thought I'd find a map or some old words to lead me out. Instead I'm finding proof of what they always spoke about. It wasn't in the leaving or the miles I meant to gain. It was the steady family pull against the driving rain. You showed me how a heart-deep truth defines a heavy day. You didn't teach me how to run, you taught me how to stay. Father's lonely spirit sits heavy in the drawers, between the lonesome feeling and the closing of the doors. I searched for what was stolen, for a sense of what was gone. In the quiet of the morning, just before the break of dawn, I found a steady signature, a hand that didn't
because he taught me